Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening. Today is October 19th. This is the Environmental Conservation Board. We have an agenda with a few items on it. We'll start with item number 1, Swan Cove, 628 Route 6, replace 10 multifamily units. Could you please come up, state your name and what you want to do?
Gina Kotage.
Hello, Gina, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. So you want to extend your wetland permit,
That's correct.
and why do we want to do that?
Still waiting for a water permit. We've had a lot of delays with DOT. So now we have a permit for sanitary connections, and we're waiting for water.
Okay, and you have not changed any of the conditions of the drawings that were previously submitted?
No,
You're waiting for a water permit from DOT? Okay.
we're directionally drilling across Route 6.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's always.
Now I know why.
Yeah, and then it was just a ton of delays with traffic control and whatnot,
Yeah, this has been here a long time ago, or a couple
Yeah.
of times, yeah.
unfortunately.
And this is over at the,
Swan Cove.
this is over behind the bank.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so nothing was changed. So, how long do you need a permit?
I mean, we'd like one for another year, another one-year extension, but I mean, we're looking at potentially another month to 2 months for a water permit, so
And how long do you think the construction will take?
we're gonna start right away.
They started demo, I saw.
We just don't wanna mobilize twice. We don't wanna
Yeah.
start the new sewer and then not have the.
Don't blame
It just
you.
doesn't make sense. It's a ton of waste.
Don't-
Okay. All right, so you paid the escrow back on, this has been open since 2012.
Right, yeah. You remember this? Remember, like,
Yes, I
Carl
remember.
was the
We
chair.
didn't
Carl was
own
the
it in
chairman.
2012.
Wow, I've been on this
Yeah.
board a long time. Oof,
You remember?
dust me off.
That's Swan Cove.
All right, so if there's no changes to the application,
Nope.
and as it is, I'll make a motion to grant a one-year extension,
Make it 18 months.
18 months?
Yeah.
right, so
I'll Great,
make it
thanks.
eight-
Something or whatever.
Extend it for 18 months. See, now I gotta do the math. From November 16th, 2000, November 17th, 2017,
It's,
to 11.
it's October.
Permit
Oh,
expiration.
okay, fine. Okay, okay.
This is not my
Thank
first
you.
rodeo.
Yes.
So the 16th, 17th, so that's 12, and 6 months, November, December,
It'll be
January.
May,
February,
it'll be May.
May 16th, 2019.
19.
All right, so
Great,
do I
thank you.
have a motion to grant an extension to permit number 925 to Swan Cove Manor LLC for the location of work at 628 Route 6 from November 16th, 2017 to May 16th, 2019.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, your permit is extended
Great. Thank
for
you.
18 months.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good night.
Good night. Had to do the math there, Vince.
What, you mean 18 months?
Yeah, I figured it out, though. I didn't run out of digits.
Fingers, is that right?
Fingers and toes.
Restart.
Huh?
You can restart.
I can restart. Okay, item number 2, New York Fuel Distributors, 1923 Route 6, Planning Board referral. You're eligible for a permit. Okay, so, there were no comments, oh, let's make sure you're okay. Could you please state your name?
Sure. Leo Napier with the law firm Harfness, Kraut, and Pearlstein on behalf of the applicant, and joining me is Zach Chaplin from Stonefield Engineer.
Okay, so there were no comments or questions from the public. There is no escrow on this. We're gonna do an EAF, and you have to do.
There's no escrow?
No escrow. And then we have to do the EAF and sign the permit. Has anything changed since your previous application, and have you addressed all of our issues that we had requested?
We did meet with you several times of roughly a year ago now, I believe. And at that point in time, I think the terminology you all used was the application was accepted or deemed complete at that point. The project has not changed at all, though there was one minor modification, but it wouldn't really affect anything that you're concerned with, and that is the westerly curb cut on Route 6. There's now right in, right out, or left turning movements into the site off of Route 6, per the planning board's request and the DOT's approval, which held us up a little bit from getting final approval by the planning board, but ultimately the DOT agreed that that would be a wise idea.
Okay, the only thing I can see from my notes, and I get, is you're going to owe us you owe us a copy of the tank closure report when the tanks are removed,
Okay?
okay? And you need to, provide us the maintenance and frequency for the oil water separator, maintenance. And any tanks that were removed, we needed the soil sample results, right?
So would that be a condition of the approval?
Well, we'll
Because
give you,
the
what we can
tanks
do is
haven't
we
been-
can grant you the permit, but just make sure you submit this stuff as you do it. When do you plan on starting work?
They would have started long ago if we were ready, so.
But why don't we put it on the permit?
Yeah, put it on the
Let's-
permit.
Yeah, let's have Rose just put those 3 items on the permit, that
Well, I'll
way.
handwrite it in.
Right, that's good. Let me ask you, have you received City of New York approval if it's necessary?
We're all done with the DEP.
Okay. Do we have that letter?
You
Is there DEC approvals, any DEC approvals required?
We will need DC construction permits, but nothing.
There's nothing here from the DEP.
Okay, so,
That wasn't part of the thing.
but, yeah, but they still.
They still need it.
They still need it. I think we should see anything you get from DEC also, okay? Now, I don't think there should be a problem for you, but we need for our records. Did you, any requirement from the County Board of Health?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't believe that's a requirement for tank work.
I wasn't worried about tank, they're doing the whole site, that's the thing.
But they're not touching sewage, they're just doing drainage and/or the tanks.
Well, they have to connect the sewer.
Not septic, it's just
Right.
The sewer, okay. All right. Okay.
We looked at, I don't know what your notes were from Robert, but you had a rain garden calc that came back, right? That
Yeah,
was
they
there?
have everything that's,
Submitted,
yeah, I think there was an
SWIP?
approval from, yep,
The SWIP is in there, yeah.
SWIP's in here.
None of that has changed.
and you were issued a permit from the planning board and zoning board?
Zoning board, we received. Planning board, they authorized the planner to draft a resolution for next week's meeting, so we anticipate having our approval next week.
That from the planning board?
Yes.
Did you need anything from the zoning board of appeals?
We did need some variances. I don't have all of my files with me, so I can't recall what they are, but we did receive the
Okay,
variances.
you have those.
I think one of them was the separation 1,000 feet from another gas station, because the mobile is like 975 feet from our site.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
so what I'm gonna do, add to the conditions to the permit, provide copy of tank closure reports for the file, provide results of soil samples, and provide frequency of O&M for the oil water separator.
No
Okay.
problem.
One thing, it's usually called out that you have to notify the town engineer at certain points, too.
It
when you
says
do
here,
the sub-
notify the town wetland inspector
Well,
for
that's-
inspection of erosion control, silt fencing prior to
Just mention that, because so many people sometimes forget that.
Okay? All right, so do I have a motion to grant permit number 937 to New York Fuel Distributors LLC Cocoa Farms for 1923 Route 6, Carmel, New York, with the following conditions. One, is notify the town wetland inspector for inspection of erosion control, silt fencing prior to commencing, provide copy of tank closure report for file, provide results of soil samples, and provide frequency of O and M for the oil water separator. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
When do you hope to start?
I'll speak to the client, but I believe they're ready to go. So as soon as they can get a they'll have to apply for a building permit and get the building permit, and they'll be off to the races.
How long you think it'll take to build it?
3 months.
Yeah,
I'm not sure yet.
Who's the contractor?
I don't know who they use.
Oh, right.
okay.
They own a bunch of different stations, so they'll probably use the same crew that they've used on other sites.
Okay.
As I'm sure you're all aware, the abandoning of repair businesses and conversions to C-stores is becoming more and more of a common practice, so this is probably the 10th site that they've redone in this fashion.
I am fully aware. All right?
Okay.
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thank you. Good luck.
Good luck.
Build it quick.
All right, so.
I'm sure you want
We have to do the EAS. Will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use plan or zoning regulations? No. Will the proposed action result in a change in use intensity of use of land? No. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community? No. Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characters that cause the establishment of a critical environmental area? No. Will the proposed action result in adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkway? No.
No.
Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities? No. Will the proposed action impact existing public-private water supplies or public-private wastewater treatment facilities? No. Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources? No. Will the proposed action result in the adverse change to natural resources, example, wetlands? No. Will the proposed action result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems? No. Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health? No. Nope. That's it.
Very good.
Done with that one. Okay, number 3 is not here. They called last minute that they can't make it. So the last item is an escrow return. So the escrow return is for Carlos Tenepague for 390 East Lake Boulevard. There's a memo here from the town engineer. In response to the attached request of the above applicant, a representative of the engineering department performed a field inspection of the referenced property on October 10, 2017, to evaluate the current status of the site construction for the purpose of determining whether a bond return was warranted. All the site improvements required pursuant to the environmental board approval have now been completed, and the escrow can be returned. I trust this is adequate for your needs. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. I think the escrow was 500. I don't know the amount, but whatever it is, hold on. $500 escrow. And this permit was issued in 2016. So do I have a motion to return the escrow for Carlos Tenepague for 390 East Lake Boulevard?
I make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we'll return that, returned.
Yaya Giuliano.
Hello. Did you go to the bar mitzvah today? Okay.
Should we break for a commercial? Okay, so that resolves all the agenda items. With that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Have a good night. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Good night.